Hey guys, Willie James here from Dreamhouse Music. In today's video, we're gonna play the D major scale on piano. Okay, I'm going to play hands separate, hands together, and two octaves, hands separately. And first, I'm going to play it through hands separate, and then I'm gonna break it down. Okay, so let's start with our right hand. Okay, D major scale. Okay, let's break that down. So, again, we number our fingers on our hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you place your thumb on on D, which is finger number 1. Okay, and so you go up to D, E. Next note is F sharp. Okay. And then you pivot from F sharp to G like so. So you kind of twist your hand to G and then recenter your hand on the keyboard and go all the way up. So that's thumb on G, finger 2 on A, finger 3 on B, finger 4 on C sharp, and then finger 5, your pinky on D. Go back down. All right, on my diagram there, that's the finger numbers. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. Let's do left hand, D major. All right, I'm gonna start on D down here, an octave lower. I'm gonna put my hand so, starting with my pinky on 5. Here we go. Okay, let's break that down. So basically, again, pinky on 5, finger 4 on E, finger 3, which is your middle finger, on F sharp, and then 2 on G, and then finger 1 on A. So basically, I've just played all my fingers in a row. D, E, F sharp, G, A. And then from A to pivot to the B, I gotta swivel my middle finger over my thumb like so. So I use my thumb and I pivot like so to the B, recenter my hand, and then C sharp with my second finger to D. Going back down, D, C sharp, and then B. Now finger 3 has to go to finger 1 on A, so I pivot on my middle finger and I put my thumb right under to A, swivel back, center my hand again, and go right down. Finger 2 on G, 3 on F sharp, finger 4 on E, and finger 5 on D. Okay, you can pause and rewind this video if you have to. If you have any questions, please drop a comment. Let me know if that was self-explanatory. Let's do 2 octaves. Okay, I'm going to do 2 octaves hands separately. Basically, it's pretty much the same. And if you're a beginner, an octave is when you say an octave is 8 steps from any note. So if D is our starting note, an octave higher is the next D 8 steps up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an octave. So 2 octaves would be D to D and D to D here. Okay, that's 2 octaves. So let's do 2 octaves right hand. C sharp, and then I'm going to start over on my thumb. I'll go right up. I'm assuming you're a little bit more advanced if you're doing 2 octaves. But it's the same fingers as before. It's just that you're repeating. Right? If you're doing 1 octave, the only difference is instead of going pinky here, right, which is finger number 5, you would need to swivel from your C sharp on 4 to 1 so that you could start over. Right? So hopefully that makes sense. Let's do 2 octaves left hand. pretty much everything is the same as one octave. And then go back down. Okay, hopefully that was self-explanatory. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. So let's do hands together. I'm just going to do one octave hands together, all right? And before you do hands together, make sure to master hands separately first, okay? Don't make the mistake of trying to jump fast, all right? You want to be solid before you get to the next step, all right? So after you've mastered hands together, hands separately, hands together, just starting position as before, my right hand and my left hand like so on the D's, okay? And you just take your time, all right? Okay, the reason why you want to master hands separate is because the pivot points are different. So for example, by the time I reach G, my right hand has to swivel from my third to my thumb. And then when I reach B, my left hand has to swivel from my thumb to my middle finger. And then together. Right? I'm going down to A, my left hand has to pivot. And then my right hand has to pivot. Right? From my thumb to the F sharp. Okay, so that was the G major scale. We did right hand, left hand, which is hand separate. And then we did hands together and 2 octaves. So drop a comment below. Let me know if that was straightforward. Okay, let's talk about the formula for making a major scale. If you don't know, this is how it goes. So the formula is, and we're going to do it for D major. You could do this from any note to build any major scale. Okay. So from D to go to E is what's called a whole step. All right. So a step or a half step is one note to the very next note, whether it's black or white. So we skip the black note and go to E, which is 2 steps, 1, 2. So D, skip to D sharp, which is a half step to E. So that we call that a whole step. Okay. And then from E is another whole step to F sharp. So we got whole step, whole step. From F sharp to G is a half step because it's the very next note. So that's a half step. And then from G, you go up whole step to A, whole step to B, and then B to C sharp is another whole step because B, 1, 2, B to C sharp is a whole step. C sharp to D is a half step. So the formula is from D, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Or in other words, W, W, H, W, 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 H. Okay, so that's the formula. You could use it again from any note to build a major scale. Want to learn how to play even more gospel chords without theory overwhelm? Simply download the Top 7 Beginner Gospel Chords PDF by clicking the link in the description. You'll learn about the top 7 must-know gospel chords and how to use them in gospel songs you already know. Again, to get access, hit that link below, and I'll see you on the inside.